This first one is titled, Am I the arsehole for telling my husband, fuck you, in front of my mother-in-law? Story time. So I am 30 years old and pregnant. My husband's also 30. We're having one of those stupid little married people moments that turned into a way bigger deal than it ever should have been. For context, my mother-in-law has a habit of just being in the neighbourhood and popping in. Normally, she doesn't just sit for a visit, she'll insert herself into whatever we are doing. That night, she decided she was going to help us with dinner because, in her words, my grandbaby needs to eat, so let me take care of it. Yeah, she literally phrases things like that. Also, can we not be calling... Oh, maybe we don't know the gender of the baby. I was like, don't call my firstborn it. Rude. My husband is a recovering mama's boy, so while I've set light boundaries, I usually let these things slide to keep the peace, since he's already doing the work on separating him from her. He's reformed, if you will, a reformed mama's boy. Anyway, we're in the kitchen, and my mother-in-law, who we'll call Bertha, is at the stove. She's standing there like she lives here, and I'm trying to stay out of the way, and my husband jokingly swipes my bottle of antacids. The fuck? Hey Siri, what is antacids? They are an over-the-counter chewable tablet that neutralizes stomach acid, heartburn, and indigestion. Okie dokie. I've been living on them this pregnancy because the heartburn is no joke. But I've been careful about how many I take. Still, we tease about it a lot. So he grabs them, and without thinking, I blurt out, "Fuck you!" It wasn't angry. Oh, sorry. Fuck. How does one blurt out in a non-angry way? Fuck you. Fuck you. No, that's kind of, I don't know. It wasn't serious. It was the same tone. Oh, okay, here we go. It was in the same tone you'd say, "Give it back, you brat. Fuck you." I feel like that's, I don't know. My husband 100% knew I was kidding because he immediately smiled and shot back with, "I love you more." You know, that's just our banter, okay? But Bertha, you would have thought I'd have just called him every name under the sun and threw the antacid bottle at his head. She froze, spatula in hand, looked at me like she was about to faint. Anyway, the backstory here, we were about to announce my pregnancy 7 months ago. She was, oh God. When we were about to announce our pregnancy 7 months ago, she claimed that she was having a heart attack from the shock. She clutched her pearls so hard, she grabbed her heart. But the hospital cleared her and she was absolutely fine. So her dramatic reactions aren't new. Listen, as someone that has dramatic reactions, I fear we know when is the time. She didn't say much that night, but the next day she called my husband and told him she's disappointed in me. Deeply, deeply disappointed. According to her, me saying F you in front of her was not only disrespectful to him, but also to her, as his mother. She actually told him she won't be speaking to him again until I apologise. Brilliant. Problem solved. Bye-bye, Bertha. Bye-bye. I would not be apologising. She also made a comment like, if she says that in front of me, how must she speak to you behind closed doors? The problem here, Bertha, is that we are behind closed doors. You have just opened that door yourself, let yourself in and started cooking. My husband has my back on this one. He told her flat out that I don't owe her an apology because he wasn't hurt himself and he knew that it was a joke. But now she's doubling down and giving him the silent treatment until I give the apology she thinks she deserves. Here's the thing in all this. I feel guilty. Maybe it's because I'm about to be a mom in 3 months and I don't want tension in the family. Maybe it's just pregnancy hormones making me emotional. But I hate the thought of my husband being essentially blacklisted by his mum over this. At the same time, I know if I cave and apologise, I'm setting the precedent that my mother-in-law gets to insert herself into every little inside joke in our family. She's misunderstanding it, and our interactions between us are our interactions between us, and then demand an apology if she doesn't like them. So, what do you think? Am I the arsehole here? Now, Reddit has branded this one with an arsehole statement, but I don't think it is at all. I think you're well within your rights to speak to each other how you want to speak to each other. People's language towards each other when they're in a couple progresses over time, and you just learn what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. Like, I'm not about to go and say that to my mum, because I know that's not my mum. That's not how I speak to my mum. But I know some people do. And like, some people joke heavily about they call their partners horrific names, which I don't do to Jordan. Like, I'm not insulting his appearance or anything like that, but we'll be like, oh, you're such an odd boy, such an idiot. But we know it's a joke. And I'm sure if my parents were around, that they'd be like, oh yeah, Jordan, that was silly. Or yeah, Jordan's a knobhead, blah, 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 you know? Yeah, I think she's just taking it too seriously. And it sounds as though she has been very, very, he's had a very sheltered upbringing, which I do like that Steve is trying to reform himself here from this mama's boy realm. I don't feel like we hear that enough on this podcast here. So I'm glad to hear that Steve is recognizing the boundary that you want to set there, even though you said yourself it's a little light boundary. Yeah, I did actually do a story time on my TikTok recently of a mum that had a house key, and she would just let herself in after this couple had a newborn. And then one day the writer was like, I was having a nap upstairs and my baby was next to me. I think it's literally just called a next to me, like where the baby sleeps. And I rolled over, felt for him, and he wasn't there. And turns out the mum had let herself in, taken the baby from out the bassinet, taken him downstairs, and hadn't told the mum that she was coming over. So this mum just thought that her baby had been like stolen. So yeah, I think it's really important when you have children, not that I have them, to set boundaries with parents, like your own parents, as what is expected from them. Have we done a story before, I think, where the grandparents has felt like they are too involved and they don't want to be involved? So yeah, that's my opinion on that. I don't think you're an asshole at all. You and your husband speak to each other how you want to speak to each other, no matter how like sweary or aggressive, as long as you guys know that it's both within the bounds of each other's respect and jokes, then you're absolutely sound. Me and Joe speak to each other like shit all the time, don't we? And he's still smiling. So
please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, oh.